morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good day today. I want to talk about what it actually means to let go. Because honestly, like me online, I've been like looking into this, and there's a lot of like confusing information. I see a lot of people saying like, go into the thing and relax as it's kind of there. And then it almost makes letting go kind of like feel like an action or something that you're doing. Whereas what I'm starting to feel like is that letting go really is actually not doing anything about it. Whatever's coming up. Because at least like in my like anecdotal kind of experience lately, I did a lot of practice where I was kind of like, you know, you'd feel that sensation that you're trying to let go of, and you'd really like put your attention on it, and it would you know, kind of amplify. But the thing is, you're kind of like giving it energy when you do that. Actually, it's almost like you're clinging onto it rather than letting it go, weirdly. And you know, there's some teachings in like Zen texts and, you know, Buddhist texts and, you know, a spiritual text that say don't cling or push away. And I think that's really where the answer lies. The answer really is actually that you don't do anything. Because actually not doing anything about your now problem is what letting go is. Because our natural state is to either cling to something or push it away. And those are both doings. So the non-doing is really a radical thing. Yeah, I think meditation really is like a non-doing. You're sitting there and you're not doing anything. Because it doesn't take you doing something to be what you already are in this moment right now, regardless of what's appearing. And whatever you need to quote unquote let go of, it's kind of funny. It's like we'll do anything to try to like get over our stuff, but I almost kind of feel like the trying is what keeps it there. The trying to either push it away or cling to it is what's keeping it there. So you don't need, like, I feel like you don't need to just find all your crap, like do an analysis and find your crap and then get rid of it. I think as long as you're just abiding in the self, as long as you're just not doing anything and not interfering with your experience in any way, what needs to come up is going to come up. Like, you don't need to look for it and psychoanalyze yourself. Like, your problems, your insecurities and your vulnerabilities will make themselves known. You don't need to work to bring it out. And when it does make itself known in your now experience, letting go is not a doing. I would just say don't do anything about it. So you're neither trying to get it, you're neither trying to push it away, nor are you trying to like delve into it and cling on to it. Because delving into it, in my experience, like delving into things doesn't resolve it. It actually just gives it energy. Whether that's delving into it like physically, the feeling, or thought-wise. Delving into something thought-wise literally amplifies it and makes you lost and stuck in it. It is a way of actually pushing the emotion away, I realized. like thinking about something is the equivalent of pushing something away, because you're trying to think of how to not experience this emotion in the moment. It's like you're trying to solve the problem like intellectually, so that you don't have to experience the pain that's behind it. So yeah, I feel like spirituality is hilarious, actually. It's like having an experience that causes you to go on the path of spirituality. Maybe you experience, the selfless nature of consciousness, or whatever it is. Maybe you just have a mystical experience. You have an initial experience, and it kind of shows you like there's more to this reality than like you initially thought. There's more to you than you initially thought. And then you go on the path, and you do so much. You literally follow the instructions of masters. You meditate a lot. Whatever it is you're doing, you're doing something because you want. It's almost like a crack addict or something. It's like you have that first hit of crack, and then you do whatever you can to get that like realization or high or peace. You're doing these practices to try to feel better, of course. But then at some point you do it so long that it becomes frustrating, because the initial experience you had was not one of effort, because you didn't know what it meant to have it. So the more you try, the more you're just running your wheels. And then you have to do that for a bit. You have to just like run your wheels for a bit. And then there comes a point, I think, when it's like, man, this shit is not working. Like everything I'm trying is just, it's making me almost more neurotic. And then it's funny because I think you just come back full circle to your initial starting point where you're not trying anymore. It's like you've had the experience. Oh God, I need to sneeze. It's like you've had the experience without trying, and then you come back full circle. You're like, man, trying's not working. Doing is not working. And then you come back to a non-doing state. You come back to a non-doing because you don't need to do anything to be what you are. And then you're in a new state. You're in what the actual like master state is, which is like you're resting as the self, but not by doing anything. And that's when like letting go happens, and that's when letting go is accelerated, because everything is just coming up and passing through you. It's just coming up and passing through. You're not doing anything about it. You're not interjecting your personal self into the flow of this infinite universe. Because the only thing that can actually try, and the only thing that can actually put effort, is the ego. The self doesn't need to put effort in, because it's already here and it is imperishable. What can it even do to erase itself or create itself? Nothing. And that's when letting go happens. That's when you start to rise up, because things come up, they pass through you, and you see them for what they are, as appearances, but not through effort. It's just coming up. It's just going. It's like you're just a vessel in which like conscious experience is going through it. And that's like the beauty. That is where your life becomes beautiful. That's where things are quote unquote let go of. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it. All actions external actions are great, but all internal doings are essentially dancing around the point is what they're doing. It is true, you do need that initial, search, and you do need that initial experience of the selflessness. Because if you didn't have that experience, you wouldn't even know what spirituality is. You wouldn't know what it is. But once you know what it is, you can't unknow. It's not like you have to try to remember what it's like to be yourself. It's almost like, dude, spirituality is so weird. It's like you see something, and once you've seen it, there's no going back. It's like your whole life now is just like in this mode of like you're more self-aware, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't backtrack to the person you were before. And I think that's why sometimes it's so frustrating. It's because like you've seen something and you want it, and there's nothing you can do to unsee it. So the only like reasonable path is to just like go after it. And you just gotta frustrate yourself. And then at some point you frustrate yourself so hard that you're like, man, I'm done. And it's not like a pessimistic done. It's not like a renunciation done or anything like that. It's just like, this effort I'm putting in is not working. It's not. Like, you can go to like 50 different shamans. You can go to fucking Timbuktu and take all the drugs. But, at some point you're like, damn, these chakras not opening. This dream catcher is not doing shit. This fucking... these palm readings, man, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. Because there's nothing you can do to be yourself. It's already here, man. So if there's anything to take away, I would just say is like, stop doing when you're meditating, especially at all times, in terms of internally. Stop doing. Don't do an action. Don't do an action. I'm letting go right now, or anything like that. Don't do that. So, hope you guys had a great day. I love you all. Peace.